Alright,
Whoa.
oh, it's fine. And on the left side, as the green Protoss, we have Pro Draco.
And in the top right is the red Terran. We do have SK's TerrOr.
Wow, I'm actually very surprised by this. I can't believe this works. Alright, I guess it's a good thing we made Turn Ro16 then. I'm glad I actually asked them if TR10 was okay, because I just assumed we'd need to go down, but this is actually perfect. So guys, Draco coming out for the first time, I think, on my stream. I don't think I've casted any Draco game yet, and I'm very excited to see how he does here. Guys, this could be a preview of Draco versus Firebat Hero in the Italian Esports Open. Looks like we might go to high latency. Seems reasonable. Oh, that's smoother. I think that should be fine, right? That looks really good to me.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see how they feel about the units though, because for us it looks fine. But are the units responsive as well? I guess they are, because there's no complaints. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's actually pretty cool.
Now,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it shows how I think Dandy and Terra must be on different ISPs, because Dandy is always lagging, like always. But Terra has like perfect internet. Is he just paying for an insane package?
But Terra used to lag though, right? So I'm surprised that this is the case. I guess he just upgraded his internet or something. Oh man. Maybe Terra is doing some tactical lagging so he can win against Zergs.
Terra's waiting for the important games, so he throws out the Lucky Star torrents.
Oh man. Lucky Star torrents. Wait, Kix, are you a fan of Lucky Star? Because when I asked you what anime you like, you didn't say Lucky Star, and I was very disappointed.
I do like Lucky Star. It's just not one of the ones I've mentioned really, because it's. I mean, everyone knows, like everyone who likes anime likes Lucky Star. I think. It's just
Really?
one of those. Yeah, I've never found anyone who doesn't like it. It's just really funny. But we do have a little bit of progress going on. The SCV did get pulled off the barracks for just a little bit to try and combat the probe. Oh my god, we're gonna have a gas steal.
I don't think Terra cares though. He was going 1 Rax expand anyway. I mean, he's on 15 and didn't take his gas, so that's definitely 1 Rax expand, right?
Yep, you still have to go back and kill it though. Which is kind of annoying, and this probe is going to block this CC for the longest time. But you know what? Terran don't care, they just build the CC a little bit further down, then fly it. That's next level, guys.
I can just
Terran FP confirmed.
I can just see all the Zergs in the chat being triggered that they can't lift their hatcheries every time a probe goes to block it. Poor Zerg players. Anyway.
Yeah, but then Zerg just take another base, and then Terran like try that and you just die. So I suppose it all works out.
I guess it does indeed. Looks like SCV guy. Gonna do a bit of harassment here.
Terra's gonna do the strat. He's getting the gas from his nap.
Yep. And for those wondering, this refinery is going to finish much faster than the command center, obviously. He's going to start mining it before the command center finishes, get something like 6 or 7 SCVs, and return them all at the same time to get a big boost of gas, get that factory out. Pretty common technique nowadays when you go for the fast expanding response. And look at this! A depot block kicks, blocking the Dragoon!
That is so good. And that Dragoon didn't notice for the longest time. I think it was rallied across to the natural. It did bug out on the wall for a bit. And this is going to take so long for the Dragoon to break down.
Wow.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not at all. That's actually killing that insanely fast.
Well, I wouldn't say insanely fast. I mean, you know, it's still going to be another, I don't know, 20 seconds or something. And then he also has to walk all the way across the map. So nice move here by Terra. Interestingly, Terra doesn't actually bring his SCVs back to the natural. He lets them return cargo to the main.
He did the trick, but then sort of missed the ending of it. Maybe the video cut out or something when you watch what's going on, and it's like, oh, I guess he just takes it back to the main. Because usually what you'd like to do is like have like 8 SCVs queued up at the gas, and just have them stood there with the gas and just send them straight to the natural command center. It will put him behind a little bit on his gas mining. The SCVs took a long trip time, so less. Oh, he's actually got 5 guys on gas right now.
Yeah, he didn't fix it. Whoops.
He's noticed now. He's noticed now. It's fine. And the 2 Dragoons, one of them was so delayed that the bunker is fully up. And that Dragoon's actually in bunker range.
Yep, takes 1 HP of hull damage before backing away and allowing his shields to regenerate. Gonna start wailing away on this bunker, but shouldn't be too big a deal. There's a probe, by the way, chasing an SCV in the middle of the map. Now, is Draco going to pull? Yeah, he's going to pull one Dragoon back to try and deny this scout. I mean, I think TerrOr saw the 2-gate already from Draco. I can't remember actually if that SCV that built the depot actually went in and saw that. But this is going to get denied. It doesn't quite get close enough to see that there's no Nexus yet. But the probe is going over there now.
He should tell by the fact there's 2 Dragoons at Draco's natural at this point and 3 at his main that there is 2 gates.
Ooh, TerrOr trying to be cute there. He was unloading his Marines to tank shots and then reload into the bunker to have them not hit anything. He was trying to do like the, you know, the dropship unload and load trick, but he actually messed up on one of the Marines. Look at that! Look at that! That's so cool! That's so cute! He's just trying to bait the Dragoon shots and then go back in the bunker. I've never seen that before. That is adorable.
The only thing is, though, has it delayed anything back in his base? He is pulling near 300 minerals of each, but I think that's likely for siege mode.
Oh man, we got the Dragoons going in, starting to target the SCVs. There's not enough Marine DPS here to actually kill the Goons. One of the Goons is getting low, but it's going to pull back out of range. No, it's not out of range.
He's going for a starport as well. That is not going to help him right now. He doesn't have siege either researching or mines. So these Dragoons, he lost 2 Dragoons to the bunker though.
Oh man. Machine Shop finally spinning though, Kicks.
Yeah, that was a good 20-30 seconds later than it could have been. He's had the gas for so long.
Oh, and we're gonna see no Reaver actually, just the observatory straight away, and the first tank comes out and starts pushing away the Dragoon. So it looks like we're stabilizing here with still 4 guys on the natural gas for TerrOr, because why not? Oh, he finally fixed that as well. He fixed the 5th gas a long time ago, and we have the engineering base started. We have the control tower started. Now, could you imagine if he actually went mines before the siege here, just completely unafraid and going for the drop? And it wouldn't actually be a bad idea because all the Dragoons have left.
Yeah, the weird thing is, Draco, after losing the 2 Dragoons, didn't actually opt to be aggressive there. He didn't actually scout what TerrOr was doing back in his base, so I guess he has to be careful of like a 4-fact push or something. But yeah, we do have that starport coming up with the engineering bay, so he should be safe against pretty much anything. Now, the important thing to know about this map, if people haven't seen it before, is it is a map with a cliffable natural. There is a cliff overlooking the natural expansions, and we could very much see a tank drop here.
Yes, indeed we could. That would be very interesting. Now, Draco does already have his robo, so he could immediately make a shuttle if that were the case, but of course that would, you know, cause him to lose a decent amount of mining time. And it looks like you're exactly right, Kicks. And to be honest, I really wonder why we don't see this more often on this map. I mean, this is the exact Lost Temple style droppable cliff, but this is the first time I've seen a tank drop in a very long time on this map.
Now, the problem with the tank drop is it leaves you incredibly vulnerable. You're using 2 of your very early tanks, which were being used for defense, sending them over to the natural, and if they've gone for a shuttle early, which a lot of Protoss players do on this map, the tanks do absolutely nothing.
Oh, Draco making a bit of a mistake. He dodged the first turret, but the second turret actually picks off his op, so he doesn't see that there was a starport. But now he's going to know with the siege tanks on his natural. I like how TerrOr moved the tanks back, so it's very difficult for goons to get in range if they run up to the bottom of the cliff. And the immediate probe pull by Draco, he's got to be... Oh, he actually already made a shuttle. He already made a shuttle in preparation for this, so this is actually not going to cause him too much pain here as he drops 2 Dragoons straight on here. The dropship is already pieced out, so I think these Dragoons should be able to clean this up unless he unsieges immediately. And he does.
Even if he unsieges immediately, these 2 Dragoons are actually going to win, I think.
Yeah, looks like you're right. But Draco does pull a few more units just in case. And boom.
Yeah. All he has to do now is leave 1 Dragoon up there if he wants to, or 1 Zealot even, and that just completely nullifies any possible drops from there. But look at this, the dropship's still being active, moving out to the bottom right position, going to go in for a drop in the main with vultures most likely. We do have 3 factories up now. Looks like vulture speed is on the way, and he has got his turret ring as well, just to be safe.
I love how you know, aggressive and harassy TerrOr's style is. I don't think I've ever seen him play like a super Turtle Terran style in any matchup, really. And here we go, as you say, Vulture coming in, tank coming in. It must be a second Vulture, I guess, in the dropship. No, it looks like just a single Vulture and tank. Maybe forgot the second Vulture, or didn't have it or something. Reloads the tank and pieces out of there. Realizes he's not going to be able to do anything. Draco with a nice preparation, but the Temple Archives is scouted out, though.
Yeah, there was some crazy sixth sense there, by the way, from Draco. He sent a... He didn't see the drop at all. There was no observer in the way. He didn't have any units on the bottom to scout, and just as the dropship was coming in, the Dragoon moved down to defend against a possible drop, so that was really well played by him. And we do now see the Stargate, so we'll be going for, most likely, Arbiter Tech.
That's interesting. He didn't build the Stargate and the Templar Archives at the same time, so he's probably going to get some Templar first, I guess, because normally you would get those together if you're going Arbiters, but it's going to be a 6-fact from TerrOr, so if he is going Arbiters, he's going to die before they actually come out. How many gateways does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 gateways against 6 factories. He could very well just die to this, although there is a turret coming out here, so TerrOr's kind of posturing as if he's just going to go take a 3rd base, but I don't know if that's just a fake or not. Again, Tau Cross, the 3rd base here, is super exposed. So, you know, even if you did just want to take the 3rd base, you would need a pretty hefty factory count on this map.
Yeah, the other thing is, even though 6-fact is very strong, it's very hard to pull off if you lose early tanks, and he's actually lost 3 tanks without doing very much damage at all. And I mean, he's going to lose Vultures now in the middle as well, so any possible 6-fact coming out of TerrOr is going to be significantly weaker than it would have been otherwise.
That is very true.
He also delayed a 2nd factory as well to get a dropship, so that's going to put him even further behind in the tank count that you normally would want with a 6-fact.
But isn't that also going to mean that Draco won't suspect this? Because it seems a bit odd to start with a starport into the 6-fact.
He's got an obs at the natural choke. He's seen every unit that's left the base, so he should know how many factories there are from the unit count. I believe.
Is that going to be enough, though? Because even if he sees this coming, TerrOr actually has a slight supply lead right now. Now, there is a shuttle, though, with presumably Zealots in it that can make a big difference. There is a DT as well that could potentially make a difference with only the 2 scanners for detection, and they have 1 scan apiece right now. Draco's actually kind of just running around. Oh my god, there's actually been another Vulture drop in the main. I completely missed this. 4 kills so far.
Looks like he's lost control of it though. He's moved back to try and hockey his army and also produce, so the Vulture's not doing as much damage as they could have done, and this very well placed cannon as well, protecting absolutely everything. So a pretty good defense there from Draco once again. Being very careful, but it looks like he's going to load up another 4 to 6 Vultures here as well, and elevate them into the main. There is no vision at the bottom of Draco's base, and it looks like Draco is sending his Overlord Observer as well, so he's actually going to miss this. But this does mean that TerrOr will actually be using this 6-fact just to try and expand. He's not going to be able to push now, it'd be way too late.
Yep, but he is causing quite a bit of economic damage here. Even if he doesn't kill too many probes, just the constant stacking of the probes to avoid this. He sees the double forge, he sees the Stargate and the Arbiter Tribunal pumping away. And there's the move out at the same time, though. While the drop is going in, he is moving out kicks. He does have the SCV in position to make the 3rd command center, but he hasn't done it yet. The Ops actually, I think, saw the move out. The Dragoons are getting in position to actually intercept this, but the 3 Vultures are still alive in the main base, but not actually in range. And actually, 6 Zealots have been sent back to deal with this. That's 6 Zealots that's not with the main army.
Well, when we see the engagement now, is he going to be able to push up? A scan does go down and it will be able to pop this DT. Is he going to focus it? Looks like he scans and focuses it, and here comes the vessel as well. Draco not getting the best of engagements there. With no Zealots, he's going to have to pull back.
Oh man, TerrOr is moving out, and it's a pretty short walk over to the 3rd base of Draco. Draco's Arbiter is out, but it doesn't have energy for a spell yet. It's at 70 energy right now, as presumably he does have stasis finished. The 1 stasis that he has could be huge, but I wonder whether TerrOr actually is getting his EMP. I don't see the science facility flashing, so this could just be for the mobile detection at the moment. Draco's actually countering. He's moving down the middle of the map to potentially try and cut off reinforcements. I don't see an observer actually with his army right now, so he's actually going to eat some spider mines, but he is going to do a big explosion at the side.
Yeah, the four Marines and the 1 tank from earlier getting blown up by that 1 mine.
Oh, nicely done. But these Dragoons that are going to cut off reinforcements are actually going to meet a good number of Vultures here in the middle. Meanwhile, TerrOr has built his 3rd base.
He's not paying attention at the front. He loses 3 tanks for free. The scan does go down now. He's actually lost the vast majority of his tanks in this push as well. And the Zealots are right up front. A D-Matrix does go down. Is it going to be enough for Draco to be able to push through?
Oh man, that D-Matrix actually doing quite a lot there, but Draco, very nicely done, uses the cutoff Dragoons in the middle to distract TerrOr and moves in to pick off the front siege tanks, but more siege tanks are rolling in. It's not over yet. The supplies are still very, very close. The third command center is done, but no SCVs mining here yet. The vultures in the main have been cleaned up. He's actually forgotten the zealots that are here, but I guess leaving them there is not the worst thing, just in case the dropship comes in yet again. Looks like a couple of zealots leading the charge. Gonna go down here to try and take this mineral only at the bottom left. And continue the skirmish at the front here. Oh man, Draco though is still in a bit of trouble, I think.
Yeah, he doesn't really have too many units. We do see TerrOr still on 6 factories. Draco is now up to 6, 7, 8 gateways now. So he should be able to outproduce this, but look at this, probes are actually transferring into Vulture Fire. Not a good place to transfer them.
Oh man, Draco completely not paying attention there for some reason. I'm not even sure what he's looking at. I guess he was maybe looking at the bottom left where he's taking the mineral only or something, but losing so many probes here at the 12 o'clock. He's kind of falling apart in this game. He's now down 15 supply. This attack could be do or die here for Draco. He needs to bust through and maybe just go and attack the Terran's third if he wants to come back.
Yeah, looks like we do have some more units rallying across. There's a lot of zealots in this force. They're going to be able to push down. There's no tanks once again at this front force, but it does look like TerrOr's been turret pushing quite well. So he does have some anti-arbiter shenanigans and buildings there. But interestingly, he doesn't have that much recall defense.
Apparently, I just completely missed a recall. At least that's what the chat is saying. But I'm not actually sure where it went because I don't see any buildings on fire. Anyway,
Yep.
It looks like... Sorry?
EMP is finally being researched as well, so it looks like he actually forgot EMP for a while.
Yes, indeed. And looks like Draco being pushed back in the middle of the map yet again. He's got one Arbiter with almost no energy, one Arbiter with max energy that could potentially do something. Looks like Armory is being rebuilt at the third base, so I guess the recall must have done something in the main base. Apologies for missing that, guys. But it looks like TerrOr has cleaned it up. I don't see any remains of that left anywhere. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what people are talking about.
I think it was a fake recall because I'm looking at all the buildings. Nothing had actually died. Nothing's taken any damage. So that would be... Yeah, he had no units as well to actually recall. He had very few units at his natural expansion. So I think Fabian is the one that's blind here. Was he the person who pointed that out?
I think he was. Maybe he's just trolling me.
Very possibly. Yeah, TerrOr is doing a really good job with his mine placement. Look at the pockets of mines absolutely everywhere.
He's going for a real recall this time, no kicks. He's gonna recall the mines.
He's gonna recall the mines.
Oh.
Oh my god. That is not a good thing to do. Recalling on top of the mines like that. Another mine actually goes down.
There you go, guys. I got the recall. You happy now? Stasis on the science vessel, actually. Maybe if there's no comsat energy, you could potentially do something. Although actually there's turrets in range, and there's the comsat. Just a single Archon and Zealot left here in the main base. Gonna get cleaned up very easily. Just kills a couple of depots, but effectively no real damage done. And the Arbiter is even gonna fall. Meanwhile, Draco's running through mines at the left side, trying to clear stuff down. The Vultures by themselves appear to have killed the Nexus. Just 3 Vultures wailing away on the Nexus. Take it down, and Draco's in huge trouble right now.
Yeah, one of those Vultures actually has 7 kills, so he is a real hero here. And Draco's army, once again, is just so small. He has so many gateways, but so few units. I think his probe count has been so low for so long that he's just unable to remax quickly. It looks like he finally does have an observer to try and clear out these mines in the sort of in between his 3rd and his 4th. But look at TerrOr actually adding his 4th command center on. Okay, he actually has his double armory in his 3rd base, which is in the middle of the map, so that is kind of greedy, I guess. But it is the least likely place to get recalled, so if you want your upgrades, why not?
Yeah, not only does it mean you won't get recalled, but I guess part of the idea is if you lose control of this area on the map and the Protoss is able to walk in and kill this base, you've probably lost the game already, right? So, you know, you might as well just build them there. And you can see, I mean, that's kind of why he went 6-fact first, right? I'm actually thinking about this. This is actually a pretty good strategy. Normally you think of 6-fact TVP as kind of an all-in, but on Tau Cross, with how difficult it is to take your 3rd, it's almost like a necessity here against Protoss. And, I mean, he's doing a pretty good job. I mean, Draco's 3rd base is back up and running, but even bases, PvT is not a good situation, especially with the 4th command center floating down now, although one Zealot is going to block that for a few seconds.
The one interesting thing as well, for ages, Draco has had 2 forges, right? But he is only on 2.0.0. He only has 1 set of upgrades from them. He's now going for 2 upgrades again. But TerrOr's actually going to get 2.1, I think, before he even gets his first. Wait, actually no, even TerrOr. I think TerrOr was going for 1.1, but just incredibly late. Both of their upgrades are really far behind in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess TerrOr's upgrades are a little bit late since he went for the Mass Fact early, but oh, looks like Vessel looking for an EMP. I mean, Protoss upgrades, you don't, aside from the weapon upgrade, I don't think armor or shield are that valuable in PvT, so, you know, I think Draco's upgrade is not too bad.
It's more the fact he built the 2 forges, which is interesting to me. He built them but didn't really use them, so that's 150 minerals, I believe, that could have gone to something else, so...
That's a good point. I actually completely forgot he had the double forge. So that's a good point. I'm not a huge fan of double forge PvT, but I guess if Draco likes that, who am I to question the mighty Draco, who does have 4 High Templars? He's got to protect these from EMPs, though. His army is so vulnerable to EMPs. The difference, the engagement could go swing hugely either way, depending on how many spells the Protoss army actually gets off here. He's got 1, 2 full energy arbiters almost.
He just ate 2 mines there.
Indeed he does. He did. How much energy are on these Templars? Quite a bit. They're all clumped. Kicks an EMP here would be so juicy.
It would. It'd also get the Archon as well. Thing is, I mean, TerrOr doesn't even... I mean, TerrOr really does need to engage the army at some point. But right now, he's in a very good position. He's got 1-1 against the 3-1 upgrades, so 3-1 is finished. I know you said you don't like double forge in PvT, but in this situation where TerrOr's upgrades were so late, had Draco been on top of his upgrades, he would have been in a good position. Look at the 12 o'clock though. A few tanks have actually pushed up with the mines, and Draco's army is completely out of position to defend this. He's lost most of the probes, and he's now mining off of just a mineral-only base.
But the Terran army's not in position to defend the mineral-only, his own mineral-only, and looks like leading the charge here with a few units, gonna eat a few spider mines. He actually got Observer speed, interestingly enough. That's why the Observer ran so far ahead. Here we go, EMP grabs 2 of the Arbiters, but 1 full energy Arbiter's in the back, and he double stasis the bridge. He blocks off the bridge. It looks like it's not quite blocked, but it's gonna be a huge traffic jam here on the side. The Templar are available. What are they gonna storm? All the Terran units are stuck on the other side of the bridges.
Oh, and the Archon can't get over. The Archon's trying to attack one of the tanks in the back, but it's stuck.
Oh man, oh no, the Templars, they're full energy! Oh no, losing those Templars doesn't even get the command center here, Kicks.
I mean, this isn't a bad position for TerrOr still. I would still give the advantage to TerrOr in this game. Not only is he up in supply, he's gonna save all these units. This stasis, while it did block the bridge for a bit, he's able to save completely everything, so he's going to fall back with very few units, and he's only mining off of 2 mineral-onlys right now. There is no gas being mined by Draco whatsoever.
Oh my god, that's an excellent point. I mean, he's got like 7, 8 probes on his natural gas, but yeah, that is depleted. Whereas TerrOr has just 1 billion gas in the bank, but he's getting the mineral only at the 12 o'clock. Looks like an Observer is going to go ahead and see it. Unfortunately for Draco, that's not an Arbiter going for the recall. That's just a little Observer going to see what's going on. A few units standing precariously close to a bunch of spider mines, but at least he did secure the bottom position here.
Oh no! Oh, a huge mine! It took off like most of the health of pretty much every single one of those Dragoons.
Oh man.
He's going to try and expand to the 6 o'clock, but this is going to be so hard for him to hold. If TerrOr can just push forward, he's going to leave all his mines in between, and he'll actually be able to secure his 4th and attack the remaining Protoss bases.
Yes, indeed.
I thought that was an Arbiter going for a recall, but it was actually just a Zealot moving up to try and deny this 12 o'clock base. But Draco isn't attacking with it. No, he is. Okay, he should be fine.
Can he stop it? Hey, stopped it with something like 80 HP left to build. SCVs and Vultures heading over there now just to get rid of that guy. And a DT, though, is heading over, though. A DT heading over to continue the denial, or maybe he's just chilling at the ramp. This dropship, by the way, and Zealots are just taunting each other in Draco's main base. They're just chilling here for, I guess, the rest of the game.
Yeah.
He's gonna ignore those, and looks like a scan for the DT is gonna find it and take that guy down. TerrOr with a 10 supply advantage, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in PvT, you really need to be ahead as the Protoss by like 20-30 supply at this point, if not more, in order to be even. So this is actually a really bad situation for Draco. However, the one potential good thing is that it's now difficult for TerrOr to take another base. He'd have to move out really far on the bottom side. So there is a world where Draco can play this defensively, stop TerrOr from moving out, and maybe eventually gain the resource advantage. You can see him taking the bottom main.
I'm not sure, Sayle. Look at how many tanks are in TerrOr's army right now, and they are 2-1. I think, no, he's actually stopping at 2-1. He's not going to add any more upgrades, and I think as long as he can avoid the storms, he is just going to roll through what Draco has right now. There is only 3 Templar, they do have Storm, but there's very few Zealots here. Given the fact he's not mining any gas, I'm surprised Draco doesn't have more Zealots than he actually does. Zealots would annihilate this army. There are barely any Vultures left.
Oh man, but once you hit that critical mass of tanks, you just one-shot all of the Zealots running at you anyway. It almost gets to the point where you don't even need the Vultures, although obviously they're still useful. He's got quite a few Goliaths as well. Looks like one big stasis in the back. Draco just trying to get those spells off. One stasis actually on the vessel as well. He's still got 2 stasis in this one Arbiter, although the Goliaths are going to push it away.
He's slowly throwing away units. Look at this, all of them are being baited into the siege tank fire, and Draco isn't responding well enough. And look at this is going to be the death push. He's going to try and flank from 2 different angles. The Arbiter is not there to cloak anything. He actually sent it too far to the left. And all of the units at the top have died, and so have all the units at the left, and GG.
GG from Draco, losing control of his army a little bit at the end, not getting the spells off, but to be fair, he was so far behind, I think it was very unlikely for him to actually win that engagement, even if he microed perfectly. So TerrOr takes game number 1, but this is a best of 3. And I actually believe I am the host, right? So let me actually figure out what Draco would like to play as the second map, and we shall continue on in the series. And at the bottom left position as the orange Terran, we do have SK TerrOr.
And in the top left position, I noticed in the chat someone was saying Draco said he was tired. We do have the brown Protoss, Draco.
Indeed we do. I mean, I believe Draco is currently on day 3 or 4 of his pro challenge, where he plays 12 hours a day, just like when he was back in the OGN Sparky's house. And of course, this is all training for the 16K Italian Esports Open that's happening in a couple of weeks, which I will be live casting, by the way. I'll be flying over to Italy to cast that, so definitely check that out. But yeah, I think he's already on like 10 hours of stream or something. He started streaming quite early this morning. Maybe not 10, but he's been streaming quite a few hours, and he's going for the proxy gates kicks.
Oh boy. Now, is TerrOr gonna scout cross first? This could change everything if he scouts this.
It could indeed. There's the depot. Is he going to 14cc? We've already seen 14cc versus proxy gates today. That did not go well for the Terran player, as you might expect. But I don't think it's very likely.
Yeah, especially on Circuit Breaker. Going 14cc on Circuit Breaker, even if you're flash, is very, very hard to hold anything.
Indeed. And interestingly, only 1 gateway. So he's not going for the super all-in proxy 9-9. Just going to pressure with the 1 zealot and probably tech up into his Dragoons.
But what you don't realize, this is just the start of the proxy gates. Look where this probe's going. It's going in the main. There's going to be another pylon there soon, another gateway. Like the ultimate proxy gate. Oh, even with the gas steal, that's why he sent the probe out so early, but he missed it.
Was that a fake though? Because he didn't, I don't think, or rather I think he had 150 minerals when the probe went there the first time, and he actually didn't build it. He turned away. So I don't know if he actually intended to gas steal at all.
Possibly, but it does look like TerrOr was going for the gas anyway, so I don't think we would have seen a 14cc this game.
Yeah.
Not 14cc, 1 Rex FE.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, is he gonna get the probe? Oh, that probe is on 1 hit away from death. Oh, GG. Oh, wait, it's because the SUV scouted the proxy gates. That's why.
Rip.
That
Scout in the middle.
Very, very anticlimactic end to that series. Poor Draco.
Wait a minute, are we sure this was Draco and not Idra playing? Hold on a minute.